What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I just want to focus in on the Florida Panthers season preview from the 2015-2016 season. Florida on the outside looking in for the Stanley Cup playoffs. I think the 14th time since 2000, and it's not good. But there's reason to be optimistic in Florida, which I'm not a broken record saying that. It seems like I say that. Oh, the future potential, it's bright. Bottom line is, what have you done for me lately? And fans in South Florida have a reason to be upset. They don't have a reason to be upset with that arena. Very nice, and they have very good food in there as well at the BB&T Center. Kind of in the middle of the Everglades, pain in the ass to get to from both Fort Lauderdale and Miami, but that's neither here nor there. Let's look at this Panthers team. A lot of youth. You're looking just on the roster. Barkov, Bukestad, Huberdeau, who we'll get to in a second. Peary, Riley Smith, Trocheck, Ekblad, obviously, Dmitry Kulikov, Petrovic, all under the age of 25. Some really good young players in this organization. Speaking of Aaron Ekblad, a big question is going to be, what's that next step going to be for him? After having a fantastic rookie year as an 18-year-old defenseman, and I think he's going to be an all-world player. Partially because I hooked him up with Power Play with CJ shirt at the draft in South Florida in June. So, just saying, sky's the limit for the kid. I'd say that either way, but you go a step further with this team. There's some decent veteran leadership in there. Obviously, Roberto Luongo, Sean Thornton, and some guy who was drafted almost a year before I was born. A little guy they know, Jaromir Jagr, one of the all-time legends, greatest ever, one of the greatest to ever play the game. I'm kind of like, I like this team. They remind me a little bit of the 2011-2012 Panthers that obviously went to 7 games with the eventual Eastern Conference champion New Jersey Devils. But how much do I like them is the next question. I'm like, you look at the Eastern Conference standings last year. Obviously, they were just outside the playoffs, but close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. I mean, there's going to be some give and take here in terms of how much you're buying it. It was an off year for a lot of teams in the Eastern Conference last year, namely my beloved Boston Bruins. You had a few teams that essentially tanked the season that aren't going to be as bad next year. Looking at you, Buffalo, and teams that made it, teams that missed it. It's like I wouldn't be shocked if the exact same 8 playoff teams last year made it next year, and Florida was 7 points out. I mean, they didn't just miss it. I think I used a little bit of hyperbole there, but Columbus is going to be a lot better. Buffalo is going to be a lot better. Not that Buffalo's going to be a playoff team, but they're not going to be an easy source of points. They'll be a tough out every night. So Florida has an uphill battle to make the playoffs. I mean, will Brandon Peary have a Cy Young season again? Where he has with 22 goals and 2 assists. That's going to be something, was that a flash in the pan or was that a sign of bigger things to come? Will Dave Bolland live up to his mammoth contract? The short answer is no, because that is still the most ridiculous contract in the NHL. Will Jussi Jokinen, continue to provide some veteran leadership, some creativity, give you a little bit of something different in terms of being able to facilitate offense? Will Alex Barkov take that next step forward? We talked about Ekblad, but will Barkov go from being, a pretty good player to being, this guy that shows why he was the number 2 pick in the draft? These are questions that haven't been answered. As optimistic as I am about the Panthers, there's a lot of question marks with this team, and how much you're buying it. Can Luongo? Will age catch up with Luongo? I mean, he's not a spring chicken himself. I mean, he's 36 years old. And it's again, I like what they're doing. I like what Dale Talon's been up to. I like the direction of this franchise, but holy shit, is it going to be tough to make the playoffs next year with this team? We'll see how it all shakes up, but I think they're close. I think their D outside of Ekblad is not as good as their forwards. Brian Campbell's going to be 37 next year. I think Willie Mitchell will be 39 next year. Yeah, got some wily old vets back there. When's Eric Branson finally going to live up to being the 3rd pick in the 2010 draft? I don't see him doing that. I think at best he's a 4 or 5 defenseman. These again are question marks. But hypothetically, if Branson were to really break out next year. There's a a free get, if you will, some unexpected productivity. So it's got some things to be. There's plenty of things to be optimistic about. There's plenty of things to be realistic about. It's again a luck of the draw next year. I mean, I'm going to cop out and say that I don't see this team making the playoffs. I think they'll be good, but I do not see them as a playoff team in 2016. That's just the bottom line. I want the Panthers to make the playoffs. I actually want to go down to South Florida for a playoff game, but we'll see how it all shakes up. Definitely a lot of work to be done for this squad in Sunrise. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason. Oh, before I end it, Jonathan Huberdeau's contract, it'll get done. I would have preferred if you're a Panthers fan to have gotten it done sooner, but I think a deal gets done before the start of training camp. That's all I got. Later, guys.